Imagine being told that a fish can swallow you without even biting. Sounds impossible. But in one part of the Atlantic Ocean, divers have come face to face with a creature so massive, so powerful, that a single mistake could pull them straight into its mouth. And here's the unsettling part. This giant isn't a shark. It's a fish, the Atlantic Goliath Grouper, a predator that can grow nearly 8 feet long and weigh over 800 pounds. At first glance, it looks slow, almost lazy, but appearances can be dangerously misleading. Because this animal doesn't need speed to hunt. It waits, hidden in dark underwater caves and shadows. Watching, calculating, patiently waiting for the perfect moment. So what happens if you're the one it chooses? The answer starts with a terrifying hunting technique. Instead of chasing prey, the grouper creates a vacuum. It suddenly opens its enormous mouth, generating powerful negative pressure that sucks water, fish, and anything nearby directly toward it, including you. And this is where it gets weird. If you've been diving deep underwater, your body is already carrying dissolved nitrogen from the surrounding pressure. Normally, that nitrogen escapes safely as you slowly rise to the surface. But if a massive suction force suddenly yanks you upward or disrupts that balance, dangerous gas bubbles can form inside your bloodstream. The result? Paralysis, a stroke, or complete loss of control underwater, before the fish even touches you. But that's not even the craziest part. Because escaping the grouper isn't just about avoiding its mouth. You first have to survive something most people don't even know it can do. And that changes everything. Most people think they could simply outswim a fish. But the Atlantic Goliath Grouper has another weapon. One that doesn't involve teeth or speed. It involves sound. What happens next changes everything. This giant predator can contract powerful muscles around its swim bladder, creating a deep sonic shockwave that echoes through the water. The blast can disorient prey, confuse it, even stun it long enough for the grouper to strike. And if that happens, the real nightmare begins. Because once the fish charges, its mouth becomes a living vacuum cleaner. Water rushes inward. The current strengthens. And suddenly you're being dragged straight toward darkness. But here's the strange part. The grouper's teeth aren't designed to tear you apart. In fact, they aren't built for chewing at all. Instead, row after row of sharp teeth act like prison bars, keeping prey from escaping while forcing it deeper into the throat. And now you're trapped, inside a giant fish. Without an oxygen source, panic takes over almost immediately. Water floods your lungs. Oxygen disappears. Brain cells begin dying within minutes. For most victims, the story would end there. But imagine for a moment that you somehow keep breathing. Maybe you're carrying scuba gear. Maybe luck is somehow on your side. Because the next stage is far worse. You would slide through the grouper's esophagus and enter a stomach specifically evolved to process large prey. And this is where everything flips. The danger is no longer being swallowed. It's surviving what comes after. Because inside that stomach, a brutal biological machine is already waiting. And it was built for destruction. Inside the grouper's stomach, escape becomes almost impossible. Imagine being trapped inside a giant washing machine. Except this machine is alive. Muscular walls contract from every direction. Digestive enzymes coat everything they touch. And with every movement, the fish slowly breaks its prey down. But here's the twist nobody expects. Even if your body somehow survives the stomach, you're still not free. Because the fish's digestive system has one final security checkpoint, a muscular gate called the pylorus. And it stays firmly closed, meaning there's no quick escape route, no shortcut, no easy way out. You wait, helpless, until the fish decides otherwise. And that's when things changed. Because now the greatest threat isn't physical. It's psychological. Complete darkness. Constant motion. No sense of direction. No idea whether minutes or hours have passed. Fear becomes your biggest enemy. Yet somehow, against every odd, you survive. The fish eventually expels you back into the ocean. You emerge alive, but not safe. Cold water surrounds you. Visibility is almost gone. Your body is exhausted. Your mind is disoriented. And if you've been dragged through rapid pressure changes, another danger appears. The bends. Deadly nitrogen bubbles forming throughout your body. So you force yourself to stay calm. You follow your exhaled bubbles upward. Slowly, carefully, one breath at a time. But after everything you've endured, a disturbing question remains. What if the Atlantic Goliath Grouper isn't actually the scariest thing lurking beneath the waves? Because somewhere in that same ocean, there are creatures capable of swallowing something much bigger than a human. And if one of them found you first, would escaping even be possible?